I know. Hello, beautiful people. Here we are with Tina. This Sunday is 9 p.m. for the UK, isn't it?
Yes, it's 9 p.m.
Awesome, awesome. So, how have you been, beautiful people? Beautiful Tina, because Tina is gorgeous.
Don't do that. I've been good. I've been good. The kids been half term this week, so it's been hectic and doing all of that, But the weather's been pretty miserable as well, so it's just been a bit rubbish. But it was a good break. We all needed it, and now it's back to the school run tomorrow. Yay!
Oh, you mean you have actual kids?
Yeah, honestly, real kids.
You mean you actually have real kids, the ones that everybody?
Children, I have to prioritize over my own needs.
Are you kidding? Who does that? Who does that? If you may ask me,
You
if
know,
I may
just
ask you.
just like the real people on the street, I suppose. The real people, non-celebrity, non-Meghan and Harry.
Of course, of course. I mean,
And
oh,
do you know what we do? Do you know what we do? When we go on our family holiday each year, we get on a plane with lots of other people. So when they come out telling us to save the planet, I'm kind of doing my bit. I don't just fly in private jet, leaving my kids at home, going from A
you
to
don't
B.
fly private? You
No,
don't? How can you not?
no, I know, right?
Tina, that is such a disappointment. Claudia Salas, hello, how are you?
Hello,
Yes,
everyone.
yes. I mean, it is. I thought you were flying private all the time. I'm so disappointed.
Well, it's just being a parent. You sort of kind of have to prioritize your children's emotions before yours. You have to, fly commercial. You have to work all day and try and, cook at home and do all the meals and go onto Pinterest and find them and do what you have to do.
You
If
elevate.
only.
You elevate the ordinary to
If
extraordinary.
only we had someone on TV who could just tell us how to do all of this, who's never done anything like that in their life before.
Absolutely. Yeah, I wonder who we have for that.
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
don't know, especially, like since that rebranding and everything. I mean, it has been
Oh,
so much going on. I had planned to do some videos and videos and videos, but I had to postpone them. And now I think they're going to feel outdated, but I'm going to do them anyways because so much crap is coming out all the time.
mm-hmm.
It's
It's
hard
it's
to keep up.
it's relentless. It's every day. Now I see like there's another as ever, and that's in is it
China.
China, and you just think, oh my god. And that's the thing. It's like it's such a rush, and I feel like Megan's just running around putting out little fires, even though everything's burning out around her. Like it's just constantly fixing the little bits. It's exhausting. I feel like it's exhausting to watch. It's just, oh God, disaster.
I wonder though, I'm very curious about something that I read before because you know how well, I don't know. I have to find this out. Something that I have to look for it. But I wonder why this woman is registering everything under the sun in this new brand. Because, for example, in the new brand that's ever,
Yeah.
the new brand that's ever, she is using, she's she's trademarking to do podcasts, films, and everything. And I thought that was what Archel production was for.
Yes. It was. That was their base, wasn't it? Once upon a time.
Yeah, and it's advertised in their Archwell website. So, and it's still there. But in this new as ever, she's asking for everything that has to do with making movies, films, um, podcast, everything that has to do with film, television, videos, downloading. I mean, pretty much the same thing as Archwell. The only difference is that Archwell is under both Harry and her name, and as ever is only under her name.
Couple that with a book that she's been trying to like get for the post divorce. It sort of kind of all ties in, doesn't it?
Yeah, and Meghan, Duchess of Sussex without the D. Yeah. It's like I wonder if Harry knows that because it doesn't make any sense, does it?
No, It never has with Meghan. It never has. And actually, when you say all of that, like movies and recording and everything she dreams to be, she can't even sell a pot of jam. She can't even get that in order. You know, like we've got As Ever now, still no products and still a page in which you wait for updates. She can't even make and bring to the shops a pot of jam. So it just speaks to her delusion. And this is what happens when you give someone who's not really got the ability, but they have got the name that will open doors for them, you know? Where's Meet Me by the Lake? Where's 43% Nigerian? Because I done a post, but it got
There's not even
copyright.
a vision of Nigeria in that vision board of her past, because that's not a future.
Absolutely.
A vision board is what you vision yourself to be in the
Yeah.
future, your goals, your achievements. And then
Yeah.
she's only putting things from the past.
I know. And that's the thing. We've been a massive part of Meghan's journey over the last 6 years. We watched for a big chunk of it where it was all about her heritage. I'm home in Nigeria. Literally, we all knew that this was just a part of her narrative. In that vision board is everything that Meghan sees her brand to be, and there's no essence whatsoever of 43%. In fact, there's California 33. There's no, and actually, even if you look at the food and all the pictures she's used, it's all, even down to the French toast. You got the strawberries, the bananas, the blueberries. It's red, white, and blue. She is literally, this brand, this product. It is royalty. It's high tea. It's jam. It's scones. It's handkerchiefs. It is everything monarchy. No Nigeria anywhere.
Yeah. Says that Tina has my hairstyle. I don't know. No, Tina. No, hers has more than a bob. You know, I'm thinking of cutting it shorter. So we'll see. We'll see. It's just such a mess. It's just such a mess. Tina is so beautiful, guys. But you know what really bothers me? And I have a breaking news video after we do the live that you cannot miss. This is, you know, I think in English there's this expression: you don't poke a sleeping bear.
Yeah.
A beehive, or you don't go with a stick and pick a beehive, you know?
Yeah.
You do not turn on the person on this earth who knows not only where their bodies are buried, but help you bury them.
Okay, yeah.
That's the person you want to keep on side, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you keep your enemies closer or whatever. Sort of.
Yes, but God, coming on.
What do you know? Oh my God. Okay,
I can't say it because of my video, so we're going to talk about other stuff. I'm going to post the video after we do the live. But there's something that has been bothering me. We're going to talk a lot, a couple of things, guys, here. The shoddy journalism, and this is the thing that I wonder, because remember when newspapers were journalists, they would investigate. They wouldn't just take somebody's word for it. They would do the diligence. Because I have this thing that's driving me crazy, guys. This is from the Daily Fail. And they're talking about Meghan Markle is banned from selling clothes under new As Ever brand as it emerges. A Chinese fashion firm is among many others who have used the name first and register, right? So it says here that As Ever, based in Shenzhen, China, is a clothing company which supplies popular high street stores like H&M. In their response to the USPTO said, the marks are identical in sound and virtually identical in appearance and are thus confusingly similar for the purposes of determining likelihood of confusion. The trademark office cited clothing category class 25 and sent the trademark application back to the Duchess of Sussex legal team, right? The paperwork stated registration of the applied form mark is refused because of a likelihood of confusion. Look at this, what it says. 6 months later, in January 2024, Meghan's lawyers filed a revised application which removed any mention of clothing, and her trademark application As Ever was approved.
Okay.
I mean, it seems we know that Meghan went and did that video where she said that she had secured the As Ever brand, which we know is BS.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have here, and what do we have here? Let me see. I don't want to give this away. Wait 1 second. We know because all you have to do is go to the history of the trademark. We know it's still pending.
Okay.
That's a given. It's still
Yeah.
pending, right? And you can see here the history of. They said that in 2024, January 2024, it was approved, right?
Okay.
So here we go. Let me see. Here. You have January 29, 2024, response to office action received. Correspondence received in law office 2029, January 30th, 2024, email correspondence entered. And then February amendment written, amendment email, notification. I mean, you can go, we can actually see what's going on.
Yeah.
And
But yeah, the newspapers, yeah.
And everybody knows that the brand hasn't been approved. And yet the Daily Mail, this is why papers are losing reputation. I mean, what do you make of that? Why do they assert that the brand was approved when?
But it's just lazy journalism. It's probably fear, and this is why they sort of somewhat strike this balance, because it's Harry's wife, it's the royal family, King Charles. Yeah, it's all interconnected. There's a lot of protection around them, and they probably just think maybe that if Meghan's saying it, then surely it's
It must
been
be true.
approved. It's lazy journalism, isn't it?
Yeah, because, or I wonder if she's paying for that because they no longer investigate. They just publish what the PR people send them.
Yeah.
You think that they don't proofread what they publish because this makes them look bad. Because then people like us just have to do a little video. Yeah. It's an open thing in a United States Patent Trademark Office, and it's there.
People like us, though, people like us that are doing this and in this algorithm who see it, who people at work and like people I know, I blow their minds when I tell them some stuff. So the majority of people would just pick up that paper and just believe that what they read. And that's what we're up against. All the people that are not on social media like we are, they're sort of lost and brainwashed almost by the celebrity culture and the newspapers and the connections they have, and you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours kind of mentality.
Yeah, but Tupen says nobody can be this boldly stupid. Clearly she can.
At this point, I just think, well, you watch her do this as ever, and like, it's like, I feel like saying
whatever.
Like, and as it's always been. No, it's not always been like this, because you flip flop back and forth like no tomorrow. There's nothing consistent about you. It's never as ever. The only people that have been as ever are the royal family, because they consistently be them, even though if it's like never complain, never explain, they are consistently them. It's always been that way. Meghan Markle is not someone I would put in the category of the meaning as ever. Like, because she's constantly changing. A year ago, we had her rocking around her hallway in a ball gown, like she was going to a ball to advertise American Riviera Orchard. All the people went, no, oh my God, you're so out of touch. Who do you think you are? And now we see her in the garden with her ripped skinny jeans, a white crisp shirt, and trying to be all natural. And like, if you're that person in your ball gown, just stick with that. Back yourself. But she constantly changes to appease or try and get us to like her.
But you know what? I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it, because that's what's her name? Bethany Frankel said that she changes so much because she wants to be liked, but bullies don't care to be liked.
Oh no, it's not liked, but she needs to be liked.
To be famous, and
she needs to be liked to be famous, to get the ultimate celebrity, to do the royalty in America.
But she doesn't care to be liked because she's a bully.
No,
bullies don't care about that. And when you said that she's always changing, it's just funny because I don't think she's changing. Her circumstances around her change, but she always remains the same. She went from D-list. I remember I used to have this habit that I wanted when I was living in Canada. I moved from Toronto, from Ottawa to Toronto, and then I got restless. I want to move somewhere else. And I remember one of my mates calling. He goes, "Why do you want to leave Toronto?" I said, "I just don't. Nothing changes and stuff." And then he wrote me a beautiful letter. And then he goes, "Dear Paula, I'm writing you the letter because you'll get angry with me, and I'm afraid you're going to punch me." right. And this is a huge, gorgeous, good looking. I mean, this guy's like 6'4", black, beautiful man. Was beautiful. He used to play the piano beautifully too. So I decided to write you a letter. He says, wherever you go, there's a constant. It's going to be you. It's just geography that you change. So for Meghan Markle, if you look at it, her circumstances and situation has changed, but because she has remained constant in her behavior,
Yeah.
she always goes back to very bad situations. That's my take on it. Because
no, yeah, it's actually it's a good point. It's a good point. But then, okay, then so she changes her mask to adapt to situations. You know,
because she's stupid. She's stupid.
she is. I just feel like, you know, is she trolling us at this point in time? Is she become a sacrificed almost? Because you just think nobody gets it this wrong and just comes out with a smile on their face and lies to camera that way over and over again and expects it to change.
That's the
It's not.
definition of insanity.
Yeah,
Doing the
it
same thing
really
over
is.
and over, expecting the same result. And this is what we have with Meghan Markle, because you can have the best advisors in the world,
Mhm.
and but if you don't listen, you're always going to fail. She managed to secure. This woman went from absolute D-listum obscurity
Mhm.
to something that she never imagined. And instead of being grateful, she felt slighted that she didn't get even more.
Thing is, though, it's never enough for them. No matter what Meghan Markle shall receive, it will never be enough, you know. And I think, you know, we're on here to speak about all four ladies, and each and every one of them are like D-list, and they get a man who's higher than them, then they walk alongside them, then they want to be bigger than them, and then it just goes on and on and on. The greed and the sick world that seems to be now celebrity, and how just entwined that is. It's for normal people like you and me on the street who do the school run, who fly commercial, who have to prioritize our children. It just blows our mind. We can't compute what's going on in front of us. It's crazy.
Yeah, but the problem is because she remains the same. She doesn't grow as a person.
No.
You know that, you know what, guys, and please help me on this side chat with this, because I actually did a video about this. There was this famous Chinese, I can't remember what Chinese dictator, Mao Zedong, and that he married this woman who was a failed actress, and she
Yeah.
gained so much power that when she married the guy, that what she did is she went back and pretty much killed everybody who had ever rejected her for movie roles and stuff like that. You know, like things went to her. Please correct me, guys, because I did a whole bloody video about it, but it's such a long time ago. So the Meghan thing is, it's like, and we see this is a recurring theme with people like Meghan Markle. And this is where we're going to go. We're going to share this video with you guys, and we're going to talk about it, because it's going to get ring through with everybody.
You know, Esther Perel is coming to the table. She's going to be at the red table. Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me.
Oh my goodness.
If you could film me.
Esther, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
Because she don't just.
Would you say that she helped us heal the hurts that we caused between one another?
My social media presence is my bread and butter, okay? So you can't just use me for social media and not, don't just start rolling. I'm standing in my house. Don't just start rolling.
Please watch us.
I can't hear you.
Can you imagine if this were a man filming a woman, and a woman is saying no, no, no?
I know. And it's anyone who watches that, whether you be man or woman, just anyone who's all there, I suppose, because it saddens me to see so many people standing by these women. That's the scariest thing. The younger generations coming up, this toxic feminism in which we see where this is okay. Yet if it was flipped the other way, they'd be crying, you know, this will be wrong. And it is wrong. It's wrong watching Will Smith having to, and you see he's trying to set up boundaries there to say no. But and then the fact she then like he's the issue because he's saying no to her, it's phenomenal. It's crazy.
Yeah, and the thing is though that's what people this is what's gaslighting, and this is what abusive people are about.
Mm-hmm.
And I follow this guy on TikTok because I love what he says, and he says that bullies or abusive people will blame you for your reaction to their abuse.
Mm-hmm.
They will say, they will make you feel that you shouldn't defend yourself,
Mm-hmm.
because if you defend yourself, you are being abusive yourself. It's like, how dare you?
Yeah.
You know, it is such a powerful thing, because it's like they abuse you, and when you react and try to defend yourself to the abuse, it's like, how dare you? You are a father. You should
You're
not
crazy.
be defending.
Yeah,
Exactly. You should not be defending yourself. You should just take it and take it. And when I see Will Smith, and I gotta tell you, and you know this, Tina, for domestic violence, women against men, it's harsher because the man is bigger. She's so tiny. So there's very little things that he can say or do. And she just absolutely disrespects those barriers.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, though, I you know, for me, the aftermath and sharing my story and healing like I have, I realize, okay, it's the mental abuse which leads to the aftermath, and that is a non-doctor, non-expert. It's the mental abuse. So in that thing, anyone can mentally abuse, and that's what leads to the damage. You know, the bruises will fade and they will heal, but the build up, the momentum, the living on eggshells, all that led up to that abuse is that's what that bruise, sorry, that's what stays, you know. And this is why, you know, women are, I can't be an abuser. Yes, you can. And actually, across my aftermath journey, the amount of people that I've connected with that got abused mentally, physically by their moms, you know, just because we're women, it doesn't mean it gives us a rite of passage to never be a bad person. There are good people and bad people that walk this earth, you know.
I know, but it's just, you know, I just finished doing a Spanish live. And we were talking that I phoned the mayor of Porreres in Spain, right? When I heard that they were going to sue.
Yeah.
I called the office, and they were kind, and they put me through stuff. And I was hesitant about talking about it on YouTube in English, because you know how people react, right?
Yeah.
So, but I'm going to talk about it because it's something that I did do, and I already talked about it in Laura's channel today. I called the office of the mayor of Porreres in Spain to see, you know, because I was curious and see who I can get through. And then I said, you know, my name is so and so, and I'm just curious about the lawsuit, right? And they said, oh, we're going to put you through the published relations department, and they put me through person there. And then the person started telling me that yes, that they had considered legal action, but because of Buckingham Palace had phoned them and asked them to please de-escalate, and not they would greatly appreciate it if they just didn't take any legal action, because it wasn't something that was done in purpose. And I'm like, what? And I said to the person, because the first thing that crossed my mind is like, this is probably Harry and Meghan, who phoned pretending to be from Buckingham Palace, saying, oh, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I can't imagine Buckingham Palace getting their hands dirty in that. It'd be too much for a
You
risk.
would think so, right? You would think so, right?
Yeah.
But look, the mayor went from suing in the morning, talking to counselors that they were going to take legal action and exploring possibilities, and then in the afternoon to inviting Meghan Markle to come and visit their town.
Have they done that? Have they?
Yes, they have. They have done that. So I phoned and I said, I said to the lady, it's not that I don't believe you. I find that hard to believe because Harry and Meghan are no longer active members of the royal family. And then this person kind of, and I said, I think they tricked you. And she said, no, we have been fielding calls from many places, we've gotten some really crazy phone calls since this whole mess started. So we've been very, very careful. So when we got that call, we said that, if it's you, how do we know that you are you who are claiming to be from Buckingham Palace, from the office of the King of England, right?
Yeah.
So they gave this person, this office, a phone number, and then they had a video call. So not only will they be able to hear, but they will be able to see the person.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
And they had a translator next to the person, and it's a very high ranking person. And the person said, you know what, we understand. It was just like, it would be very much, they didn't say don't do it. There were no threats or anything like that. But in diplomatic language, when somebody who is very powerful tells you, it would be greatly appreciated if you would give us the courtesy of de-escalating the situation. And this is a very small town. Can you imagine Buckingham Palace calling you? So when she said that, I was floored. And I'm like, but that is weird because they're not working members of the royal family. And then this person got angry with me and said, the one who is ignorant is you, because if they were not active members, working members of the royal family, why would the main office, a senior advisor, would be contacting us to de-escalate the matter? And that's what we're going to do, lady. And she hung up.
Oh my God.
And then later on, I have the article here. I'll show it to you guys and I contacted Laura, who has a Spanish channel, and I told her that the lady even told me that they had invited them. This wasn't even in the news, and I told Laura about it. And then Laura's another YouTuber, and Laura, and Laura didn't know what the hell I was talking about, and it's like, and then I even sent this article to Dan Wooden, but he didn't publish it, but I can publish it. So here we go. This is the article from the mayor. Mayor invites Meghan Markle to the town fiestas. Visit our area and see the beauty. Okay. The mayor said they were not planning any legal action, but they would like Meghan's logo withdrawn because it is so similar to their centuries-old coat of arms, which has pride of place in the town hall. I would like to officially invite her to Porreres, and it would be fantastic if she could come during our fiestas. I would also show her the history of our coat of arms and what it means for this area. The whole episode has given us some great promotion, she said. Then he went on to say that all residents were proud of their coat of arms and said it was part of the area's culture and history. So you see the turn, but nobody's reporting this. Okay. Everybody's running with this story that Meghan is being sued because it's clickbait.
Yeah.
But I mentioned it in a live I did with Pidine. I mentioned it and nobody picks on it because, and I mentioned it to, I sent them, but I believe that, that probably doesn't believe me, but it's true, I called and I said, she has been invited. And I even sent him the article, because she has extended a formal invitation to Rachel Meghan Markle to come and visit.
You know what, though? I do believe it. I said to you last week, didn't I? They're always going to protect Harry, extension of the royal family. They're going to protect him to protect the firm, and that's what Harry and Meghan know. And I've just read a comment. Yeah, you've got it up because listen, no one will be able to get away with things unless someone powerful was behind them. And King Charles, he loves his sons. He's going to protect Harry. But this is where it gets a bit messy, doesn't it? Because it's one thing, Harry and Meghan doing what they've done to the royal family. The royal family then have a choice. If Harry and Meghan want to use everything they can against them, they're the victims in this. So they have. But when Harry and Meghan start damaging other brands, other firms, towns in doing that, this is where they're using that title so entitled, and it is creating now a riptide in. I feel like there's only so much that they're going to be able to protect Harry and all of this without it not backlashing on the royal family and starting to damage the monarchy, because it's becoming a bit like a circus, isn't it? You know, it is become a circus. So I just, it's, Charles needs to start acting like the title is wearing king. He can love his son, but is King Charles. Yeah.
But nobody's reporting on this, you know. And I sent it to Dan, and I said, you know what? And I spoke, I called, because anybody can call. All you have to do is make a phone call. You know, you make a phone call, and then and they answer. But people no longer do that. And what they're all running with is this lawsuit, this lawsuit. And I sent them that article of the formal invitation that the mayor extended, and the switch about that they've done. But nobody wants to publish that. And nobody wants to ask why the sudden change.
No.
And then when this person told me, well, they hung up on me after, because they said that I was uninformed. Because in fact, it does make sense. Why would a senior, or one of the most senior advisors to the king, would be calling this little town of Porreres, asking them that they would greatly appreciate it if they would de-escalate the situation? And then suddenly we're going to sue your ass, like Sage Emmeline is saying, to come kick it with us at this party.
Do you know what, though? The way Harry and Meghan have been, the way Meghan's been with this brand, I feel like this action of this mayor of this town doing this is going to be so much more damaging, because Meghan's stuck in a corner now. So the right thing to do would be to go to this Spanish town. And this mayor's been quite clever here, because she's still hoping that Meghan will see this coat of arms and what it means to this town. So if Meghan goes to this town, at that point, if she walks away and don't drop this coat of arms, the people are going to be on that, aren't they? It's sort of like some reverse psychology. Okay, I'm not going to sue you. Royal families obviously told them to de-escalate, but it's still a dangerous place for Meghan. All of this is now her brand as ever. It's damaging, because, you know, it's quite sad actually, because the New York company As Ever, obviously, that for them now, if anyone Googles As Ever, it's going to go direct to Meghan Markle. It's their name is kind of, so it's damaging, and especially when there's so much attention on Meghan Markle right now. We're all going to watch all this play out. So I think it was just, again, another bad choice. And even now, we would expect the right thing to do would be to get rid of that coat of arms, Meghan, but will she?
Well, look what Kim Kardashian did, and I did a video about it.
Kimono. Is it kimonos?
Yeah, she changed the kimono name. She changed the kimono, and this is after she had already secured the trademark. I'm going to show you this. Wait. I'm going to show you this, because this was very savvy, in my opinion, because she did take up $1 million hits, because she already had made millions of intimate garments and stuff like that. She had trademarked it as Kimono Intimates. She had already, once she secured the trademark, then she did all these millions of intimate garments, all the production, right, with the label.
Yeah.
And then she receives the letter from the mayor of Kyoto. And instead of her saying "if you," she used it as, you know what, I'm going to take the hit, because she's not stupid. The Asian market is huge.
Yeah.
Asian market is huge. Yeah. So, and she knew that how they respect traditions, and it's very important to them. So what she did is she turned it around, and we're going to listen to her, guys, if you don't mind, because this is very interesting, how she found out about it. I'm going to have to pause it a little bit because otherwise we can get copyrighted, okay?
So was it Kyoto?
Yeah. Do you have any?
I just saw the letter from the mayor of Kyoto.
Yeah. Do you have any feelings?
I definitely want to take this really seriously.
I do think it's important important to think about what he said.
The mayor of Kyoto sent my publicist a letter where he was very thoughtful and very kindly explaining to me the meaning of kimono and why that's so important to their culture. I feel like there's no doubt in my mind that we have to change the name. Kimono is a traditional ethnic dress and truly symbolizes sense of beauty, spirits, and values of Japanese. Reading that letter, I felt an understanding. I definitely did not want to disrespect a culture. That's not what the brand is even about. It's about inclusivity. It's about comfort. It's not about making people uncomfortable.
That's the difference, though. And I know Kim Kardashian, the Kardashians, but you don't build a brand like the Kardashians without listening, without acting, without protection of and preempting what's to come. And this is the difference, you know. It is the complete difference in what we're not seeing in Meghan Markle. It's a rush job. It's a open and shut. That's it. And she doesn't preempt or even think about anyone else in this. It's what she wants rather than what she needs to sell to the people.
But she doesn't listen. I mean,
No.
What's important here is that Kim Kardashian said, I received a letter from the mayor of Kyoto.
Yep.
She already knows that that's affecting her brand because then, you know, and then she says, of course I have to change it because, and we're going to listen to what the remaining of what she says. I'm going to just move myself.
I just feel kind of dumb. Like, why didn't we think about this?
Yeah, you have everything produced already, so how are you going to salvage that?
I don't know. It's just frustrating that I didn't really think about it thoroughly ahead of time, or the whole team didn't. For the next few days, it's going to be really like hell living, wondering how to fix this. It sucks that it's so public and everyone can see the mistakes of the brand as they're live, basically. But I gotta just calm down. Like, everything happens for a reason, and we have to change the name. I think that's like a bigger conversation that we all decide, like,
the difference, even down to Kim Kardashian coming to camera, because we can all see. And it's like when Meghan Markle come out and done the, oh, I'm doing it because of this, and we all know why she's doing it. Just be honest. That you can't hide this. The sound.
I just want to say something to Plenty of Royal Dish. You'd be surprised, but Kim Kardashian is a very savvy woman.
Mm-hmm.
And what she did is that she turned what could have been a disaster into something positive by giving it a different spin, saying, you know what? Of course, I'm going to remove the name because I respect other people's cultures, which is not what Meghan Markle is doing. Instead, we got an article from People magazine saying that Meghan Markle created that logo thinking of Harry, which we know is a lie. We know that, for example, this has been made public, worldwide news, that that logo, she's plagiarized that logo, and the mayor has appealed to her as a decent human being, because let's face it, if Meghan Markle uses their coat of arms, which is different than a logo, for her skanky brand.
But it's a negative brand as well.
Exactly.
You know, it's not like these companies, this town are going to benefit from this brand that's going to blow out into the stratosphere. It's a negative brand. So every time they see that coat of arms, large majority, it's going to be attached to a negative tweet. As ever, it's going to be attached to a negative headline. So it's not even like they're going to take any benefits from having Meghan Markle use this, in my opinion. You know, it's not. So I can't imagine what it was like for those business owners in NYC and even the photography company to wake up and see that Meghan Markle's just started using as ever. This must have been so scary. In actually, you know, the fact that Kim Kardashian...
Meghan is screwed in that thing because the as ever photography is properly trademarked. Yeah. And some of the things that Meghan included in her as ever brand include photography, prints, and stuff. So she's gonna find another. Oh my God, that video that I have coming after the live, guys, you have to watch it. Oh, Tina's gone. She'll be back. Told you she'd be back. She it's gonna blow you guys out of the water. The video upcoming. I thought about putting it out tomorrow, but I have to put it out today because then somebody might get it. But it's just that even if Kim Kardashian is not the smartest person, Tina will be back. Don't worry, guys. Even if Meghan Markle is not, even if Kim Kardashian is not the smartest person on earth, she does listen to advice. And on top of that, once she changed the name of the brand, once Kim changed the name of the brand, the sales in the Asian market, which is like I don't know how many billion people, exploded because everybody, Asian people, the Asian culture is all about respect, guys. You cannot be disrespectful. It's respecting cultures and stuff, which is something that Meghan Markle doesn't care about. She doesn't respect anybody.
Do you know what though? I think it's human culture. You know, respect. You respect honesty. And if Meghan would have come out with that camera as ever and actually been honest and gone, I wanted to do that, then this is not about what country you're from. It's human level basic, you know? If she would have come out and done a video and she'd have been honest, she would have earned a little smidgen where people can't say anything about that because she's been honest. It's a difference.
But the thing is that she makes all these very public announcements. And you know what, I think I've done these videos about this, is that she makes these public announcements and she lies to these huge people because that's who she, and this is where we go back to the situations around her have changed, but she remains the same. She lies to the people that she's in business with, you know, lying to Netflix, telling them that you have secured. Does she think that by doing that 1 minute and 30-second video saying that I have secured as ever brand, that everybody's going to take her word for it after she's lied so much?
I know. I can't imagine the groups around her staff or the PR when she does. Then I just, have you seen actually someone just going off like thing? Know the start of her video where Harry, and she's like, oh, it's recording. If you look back to Catherine's remission video where Prince George is being like, is it recording? Have you seen the differences between this? The same. The start of the video, she's crazy. In my opinion, like there's no other. It's just, oh my God, how?
I just want to say something to Lena Love. Contact Casey and have them verify the phone call. I don't think, because you see, once I make this is why I hesitated about talking about it, because there's no way in hell that they're going to admit that they're interceding on behalf of Harry.
No.
But we have to see the change. And I believe the person I talked to, because about like an hour and some later, then the mayor issued on the very same day that she had said early in the morning, we're going to sue their assets and we're looking at all legal options. So, we're going to invite Rachel Meghan Markle, not Harry, Rachel Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
There's a huge shift. And it's also very important to note that they said that they're a poor town and they don't have enough money to sue the royal family. Why would they think that they're suing the royal family if it's Harry and Meghan? Only because they would think that Harry and Meghan or somebody led them to think that they're still part of the royal family.
Yeah.
So.
And this is where the web of lies, in the web that we see Harry and Meghan stuck in, you know, Meghan. And this is where slowly, even if they won't own it, the royal family, if they are protecting them, which to me as a British person, I know to a certain degree they will. Look at Andrew, he's still on the grounds, you know, they've not ousted him. It's going to unravel at some point, you know, and they're not going to be able to keep up with this. And this is why it needs nipping in the bud. But it's too late now, isn't it? And it is becoming a bit of a circus, and especially current mood in the UK with our current government. I slowly, I hope and pray for William and Catherine. And I will always want the royal family, of course, but I don't necessarily agree with everything they do. And Harry and Meghan are becoming a laughing stock to the world, and equally can cause as much damage to you as what she can do to him, you know, like it's.
Teresa saying, well, at least they did not say Sussex. They used Meghan Markle, but she still got protected.
But why didn't they use the Sussex coat of arms? Are they not allowed?
They could. Of course
Yeah.
they can.
You know, you've got
Because
Sussex stitched
no,
into your
no,
handbag.
no, no, no. You know why? And this
Fun.
is just my theory. Because Meghan Markle is trying to create something just hers. This is
Separate.
what she has, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. She's trying to create her own brand that's separate from Archwell Production because that's Harry's and Meghan.
Does this
So
mean we're going to watch her go to Spain and go, I'm home again? Oh, God.
Well, I don't know. And I got to ask you, because why do these men, and we're going to talk about, we already showed you guys Jada.
Okay.
That's the same thing with Rachel Meghan Markle. I'm going to show you something from my ex account, guys, because I thought I was clever. I thought it was a clever thing I did, because if you look at it, you will see it too. I mean, let me see. I have it here somewhere, because I wanted to. Let me see. Where is it? That's not it. Let me see, because I recorded this and I posted it here because it's about Meghan Markle recording Harry when he didn't want to be recorded.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I recorded that thinking about it, and let me see if I can find it, because now I can't find it on my.
Whilst you're looking for it, Maria's just said at the start of the course, the mayor said at the start of that, of course, they can't take on the English crown, which I think is damaging towards the royal family. I think it looks like then that they're using their power, that Harry and Meghan are using the name of the royal family in power. And,
Yeah, I have found it. I'm going to share it. So you see it. This is Jada filming in the background. The voices are Jada and Will Smith, but you're going to see it because you might think it's confusing because it's not them talking, but I just superimposed something there. Wait.
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me.
Oh my goodness.
If you could film me.
Sam, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
Because she don't just.
Would you say that she helped us heal the hurts that we caused between one another?
My social media presence is my bread and butter. Okay. So you can't just use me for social media and not, don't just.
Mm-hmm. And do you know what? It's even got that more sinister turn with Harry, because Harry doesn't want a social media existence. He doesn't thrive off of social media. If we listen to Harry and Meghan the last few years, none of them do, but obviously she needs it now. Yeah, and it's people, obviously Harry, I'm angry with him, but two things can be right at the same time. And we have seen, I know what he is, but along with Johnny Depp, Will Smith, there are traits with all these four women where they have manipulated and isolated them away and humiliated them on the main stage like they have.
No, I agree. But then you have, for example, Johnny Depp with Amber Heard. I mean, what do they? And now we have Elon with that Ashley St. Clair.
Oh, God.
The woman wants privacy and hasn't stopped going to the articles, and now she's suing for sole custody. And I mean, and she's publishing intimate messages. I mean, and guys, get ready, because it's going to be Harry and Meghan. Meghan has a lot of stuff. I mean, Meghan has way more stuff on Harry than Ashley St. Clair has. But why do these men who are so smart get involved? Or not so smart? Elon is smart. Harry's an idiot. But for example, Will Smith, they're all think with their little head, right? And by the time they start thinking with their big head, it's too late, and they're all screwed up, and well, yeah. Because we have right now Blake Lively with Ryan Reynolds. That is a mess. That is horrible. That is horrifying to watch.
Yeah.
And the people are still sticking by this woman, and now they're trying to protect the bullies like Taylor Swift. And if you're a Swiftie, it's the truth. It's unbelievable, because now it's like they're cowards. They all thought that this man, Justin Baldoni, was a nobody. And because he was so kind and so nice, and
that
he
it just roll over and just
thought that he
do
was
what
a
they said.
pushover. But when they came after him, that kitty has claws. And now they're all like cowards. They all want to they all went very public with that complaint that they issued, and it's been planned for at least since October. But when it came down that things backfired, everybody wants to hide. Everybody wants a gagging order. No, they doubled down. It's like they're getting a bigger shovel to dig themselves in, and don't stop them when they're digging themselves in, just let it be. But why do these men? This is why the thumbnail I showed you, Blake Lively, Amber Heard, Meghan Markle, and Jada, because one trait that these women have in common is that they're all D-list, that they're all stupid. I mean, they're not great actresses. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's the thing. They haven't got it. Okay, so if this point in their life they haven't made it into like Scarlett Johansson or anything like that, they're not that, are they? They're D-list actors. If they haven't made it at this point in their life, when they met these men, then you just haven't got the talent or the ability. But then they get the man and they get the money and they get the people going yes, yes, all around them. So then their ego grows, and then they think they can achieve everything they want to do, but they get stuck then, because these men will always be above them, and this is where we I, as a woman who's been through abuse and grew up in it as a kid, I decline Me Too. The Me Too movement has been nothing but damaging to all women. But I think the world are waking up to this disturbing ideology in which, in these celebrities, these four that we're here to talk about, they are the ones that have brought it to our door. They have awoken the world to how damaging women can also be. And it's good that's because I think it's hopefully it will help our sons, Paula, one day. The Blake Lively thing, the fact that it said at some point in the game, you record everything. Can you telling me that's not come from the Johnny Depp Amber Heard? Johnny Depp changed it for men, the vulnerable men.
Look how much, what it makes me feel like, because a power, because Johnny Depp was an A ultra lister. It's Johnny Depp, guys. I adore Johnny Depp. There's only two actors that no, three. Yeah, three. It's Johnny Depp, Keanu Reeves, and William Shatner, because guys.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, and William Shatner, because I'm a Trekkie. And yeah. I cried when he went on that space thing for reals. Did you see William Shatner when Jeff Bezos sent him to this space? And
no.
He came, I was bawling my eyes out. Space. See, I feel emotional. I think, and Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yes.
Sorry, Cristiano. I'm so sorry, Cristiano. I didn't mean to ignore you, my baby boy. But by the way, guys, don't forget to subscribe to Tina the Aftermath. And I want to thank you guys. I want to really thank you guys. I don't know if you know what I did a live yesterday with P. Dinah. And it was a fundraiser.
Okay.
For her charity. And I just want to clarify a few things. When you do a fundraiser in YouTube, the money goes to the fundraiser, and it has to be recognized and approved by YouTube, because when you click add fundraiser, then you have to put in the organization. And if the organization is not recognized, YouTube won't allow it. So all the money donated went directly to that foundation. That's why the link is, and YouTube is in charge of putting the links. I don't even know how much she made. We were trying to go for 500, but apparently she made like 800. And this is for kids, under-resourced children. So I want to thank you all, because this is what a community is about. And that was great to see. And it made such a huge impact. So for those of you, because we had some sugar saying that I was stealing the money, I don't even have access to that. It's YouTube access to that, because it was she has a recognized charity. It wasn't a PayPal account. or anything like that. It's directly to the charity. But I want to thank you all. I want to thank you for the super chats you always leave me, and the PayPal donations to my account, and because I do come to my charity that I do have. So I thank you very much for that. But don't forget to subscribe to Tina, because she's just kick-ass, you know.
When I can post, that is.
Yeah,
But to be
yeah,
honest
yeah.
with you, my community page posts tend to have more sort of acknowledgement. So at least I can do that. I can do that if I can't get on to do a video.
But the thing is, though, you know, like these men, like Blake Lively, we see that. And Meghan Markle and Blake Lively were at a baby shower for one of Meghan Markle's Soho friend. She's now the director of memberships or something like that, right? And Blake Lively was there with Meghan Markle. So Meghan Markle reached out to Blake Lively to offer her support. It is very bad when Blake Lively turns down your support, because also Amber Heard reached out to Blake Lively to support her.
The last person you need is Amber Heard coming out to bat for you. I'm sorry. And the Amber Heard thing, I went on X today and see some young girl sticking up for her, and I sort of tweeted back to her, and it's like, is this still going on? But obviously the Blake Lively, all it does, it is these people that support Blake will connect, because these people will largely support Amber Heard, Meghan Markle, and it goes on. It's actually a really, it's not a good look, you know, when you've got people who support Amber Heard coming out to bat for you.
And the thing is, you know what, I was shocked, and this is the thing that I despised about the media, that they gave Amber Heard an interview after she was found.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
After she was found.
Honestly, I was a part of the Johnny Depp madness. I was literally minding my own business. Then this court case was going to be on TV, and my husband said, please don't watch it. And because I'd been through a really rough time up until that point. And I was to watch domestic abuse like a fly on the wall, because there's such a silence around it. And all of a sudden I was absolutely asking for a week off annual leave so I could watch her in that stand. And I was completely, and I was doing the socials. That's when I started to do the TikTok, and I started to speak out, and I was watching so many women and men all triggered, all feeling like they wanted to fight for justice, like I see you do. And it was more, and then the media coverage was like, oh, it's just super fans of Johnny Depp. And it's like, no, we're not. We see a victim, and we see our abusers pretending to be a victim. And it was just such, oh my God, changed my life, to be honest, watching Johnny Depp do that. And I think a lot of people, survivors who found themselves in that place, would agree.
Yeah, this is Narcos Anderson. This is at that baby shower. This is Samantha Stone, who's been with Meghan Markle from the very early Soho House days. That's Meghan Markle, and that's that woman who lost her kid, right? This is Samantha Stone. Oh, she made it private. Oh, she made it private because she had the pictures with Blake Lively there. But of course, they've made it private.
Yeah.
You know, so but these women, I mean, can you imagine having these four women at the table now with Ashley St. Clair, of course?
My God, who would get out first? I can't imagine that these women, if you sat them in a room, say like, come dine with me, a dinner with these lot, it would just be, because they're so them. I don't know who would come out alive.
Well, if you were to put them in the room, you know, what would you say?
If I was in a room.
If you put those four in a room and some one of them,
and I was in that,
who you put your money on?
I think Meghan Markle, because the delusion, like, I feel like I feel like Amber Heard just knew she got caught out. I think she understood the damage she was in, like the situation, but she just lied and lied to get her out of that trouble. She knew what she'd done and what was wrong, but she had to protect herself. I feel like Meghan Markle, we're watching her in an absolute delusional world of make-believe. I don't think she understands the wrongs that she's doing. I think she's just on another plane together. I don't think she'd be able to acknowledge that. I don't know. What do you reckon?
Let me ask the public here. Let me put a
Yeah.
poll.
Who's the worst narcissist?
No, who would come out of a room?
Okay.
I'm gonna put Jada. We're gonna put Blake, and then we're gonna put Amber, and then we're gonna put Meghan, right? Because one thing is that we have to take into consideration that Amber Heard fights dirty. This is a woman who punches, although Meghan has been known to punch Harry. So, I mean, who do you think? I'm doing the poll now. Let's see. So just answer. Let's see the percentage of that, because Meghan Markle has slapped Harry. The maid that I did the interview has seen her slap him twice.
Mm-hmm.
We know that I'm sure Jada Pinkett Smith is abusive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know if she smacked Will Smith.
Well,
but
we've seen it. We've seen her be abusive in trying to film him. We see her be abusive when she had him on that red table talking about her 50th birthday and how she absolutely gaslit the life out of him. Someone's just had a really good comment. Jada, Amber, and Blake have relationships with family and friends. Meghan has no one. She can't create a friendship or keep a friendship or family relationship. She's unable.
But she's a coward. I think she'd get punched. I think, you know what? I think that Meghan would be I think Blake would be the first one punched out, and then it would be Meghan, and then it will be a fight to the death between Jada and Amber, because those
are the vicious ones.
Yeah. These two, I mean, they're not above physical violence. Meghan is a coward.
That's the thing. Actually, if anyone said anything horrible to her, she'd just instantly go into victim mode, wouldn't she? Blake Lively, let's be honest.
But one of them has to come out alive of the room. We're not talking about who's going to claim victimship.
I think Jada will come out alive. Jada will come out alive.
Women in a room, and we say only one of you can come out alive.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the viciousness.
Mm-hmm. Jada will come out alive.
No weapons.
Yeah.
We're talking.
You got to remember.
Yeah.
Jada actually got away with this for such a long time. She had a red table talk show where she belittled her husband and nothing really got picked up on it. Jada's probably, I'd say, the queen of manipulation. And she's
but we're not talking manipulation here, guys. They're not going to manipulate with words. This is how one of them has to get out of that room, and the other one can't.
Okay, so if we go on a list of who's leaving the room first because they can't cope with
no, they don't leave the room. Only one can leave the room.
Jada.
Really, I would say Amber, because I agree with somebody who said that Amber is bigger than Jada. But then again, Jada might be meaner. It might play dirtier. I can see Jada kicking Amber in the coochie, in her cooch, and just, besides her, I mean, the levels of manipulation that this woman shaved her head and claimed to have alopecia, that's not the way it works. I actually do know somebody who has alopecia, and there's no eyebrows, no eyelashes. That is real alopecia.
Mm-hmm. There was a lot of hairdressers that come out after to say about Jada, wasn't there? The thing is, though, I've never watched Jada kind of play the victim in any of this. She literally just comes out and goes, this is what it was. And, she doesn't play the victim in it. She just carries on. Where Amber Heard, we watched her, and then my dog stood on a bee and all that, like dramatic. She done the victim mentality. Blake Lively's done the victim. Meghan Markle. Jada doesn't do the victim.
Oh no, neither. Well, but the thing is that Amber plays the victim while being the bully, and I mean
Yes.
physically and everything.
Yeah, yeah. It's
You know what I
crazy.
mean?
Yeah.
So Ginger, I'm sorry, but people are saying Jada. It's overwhelming, 57%.
I feel like she gives matriarch out of the lot of them.
Hmm?
I feel like she's like matriarch out of the lot of them. Jada is a presence in which would intimidate even Amber Heard.
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, it'd be the most fucked up room.
Let's turn it around. Let's say we put let's say we put Johnny Depp, Will Smith, Prince Harry, and Ryan Reynolds would win because that guy's pure muscle. But then again, Will Smith. We know
Yeah.
that our Johnny Depp would just lie down because he's such a sweet soul.
I know. Like
he'd be Johnny Depp would probably be like, you know, dudes, it's okay, I'm chill, I'm staying in the room, you know, just kill yourself.
absolutely.
You know?
He'd be like, come out with stuff.
Harry's a coward. So I think it would be between Ryan Reynolds and Will Smith.
Yeah, I think you'd find Johnny Depp with his arm around Harry, trying to guide him the right way and being like, no, mate, I've been there. I can see it all. Just get out. And meanwhile, Ryan Reynolds and Will Smith will be fighting for that alpha male.
Yeah, let me see. Oh my God, yes. Well, the poll says 55%. 55% Jada, 6% Blake, Amber 14, and Meghan 25. You guys think that Meghan would beat Jada?
Just pure delusional. That I think Meghan would just be like, I don't know. I just think like Meghan would. Yeah, she's just on a different plane, Meghan, to the lot of them because she believes this shit. I think the rest of them are trying to convince us to believe it, but Meghan actually seems to believe it. Like, I honestly believe she thinks she's the victim. I think she believes that she's like this entrepreneur, and yeah, it's delusional.
Ladies, you disappointed me. I can't believe you think that Meghan is above Amber. Amber can the shit out of Meghan Markle. I mean, this woman.
Well, look at Cynthia's comment. Get it up. Meghan the fraudster would come out alive because Charles will protect his idiot.
Because you see, Meghan is a coward. She attacked. There's a saying in Spanish: you throw the hand and hide the hand. You throw the stone and hide the hand. So when people look, no, it wasn't me. So Meghan Markle likes to attack people from behind, but we're talking here survival. Just, you know, that survival.
She's not got anyone to, yeah.
Yeah, Amber is from Trailer, I think, Trailer Trash or whatever. She comes from really rough upbringing, and she's been beating and punching ever. And Jada, yeah, if I went again head to head with Jada, I think I'd beat her. But
I think to be honest with you, we should put all four of them in a room. Then you.
Yeah, that'd be a different story.
That would be a different story. Paula would walk out victorious.
I would walk out. I have no problem walking out of that place. I can tell you that. I can tell you I would walk out of there. It won't be me staying in that room. That's for sure.
You know what though?
I know I take down first. I know I take down first. I know exactly who I take down first.
Yeah.
I would take out Amber for being so mean to Johnny Depp, my baby.
Yeah. And the thing is, I obviously watching that Amber Heard Johnny Depp court case, I was so angry. And obviously, times moved on now, and we're all in the world of Meghan Markle, and Blake Lively's popping in now, and it's just like, But if I were to watch that Johnny Depp Amber Heard court case, she would be the first one I would go for what she's done for women. Like. To lie like that, to abuse someone and then try and confuse, to try and take this crown of being some kind of victim and survivor in all what that went with that. Disgusting,
No, but I mean, I wouldn't even put you in that room because you're so nice, Tina. You're probably like Johnny Depp. You know what, guys? I'm just going to stay here. Just, I think 5:30.
I'll tell you what, can I go in the room with Johnny Depp?
Yes, me too. I would love to remember something like that. But Cynthia, our Cynthia was quite dirty. I don't know if you guys know Cynthia. She does live with another comedian. Yeah. I mean, you put Cynthia there. I think she'd
I
come
think
out.
she'd destroy them mentally and physically. I reckon she'd rip them to shreds because she's got obviously a
Scared of
yeah.
Cynthia.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I was saying. I was like, yeah. You know, that's right.
And she'd do it whilst like holding a can of beer as well.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You
Nobody.
know what? Someone's
It's
got
unbelievable.
Stone's just said, wonder if Meghan is watching this now. And what I would say, if any of them were watching it now, they'd be like sat there gutted and willing that they'd be first. Like they wouldn't engage with the fact that we're saying they're all mean people. They'd be gutted that they were left in the room. That's the mentality we're dealing with.
I mean, guys, I follow Link Lauren. You know, this is so funny,
brilliant.
you know, like I love the way he talks and everything. He wasn't.
Oh, you froze.
It's so
Right.
funny. But I wanted to show you this because he talks about Ashley and Meghan, and it's something really scary because this woman is unbelievable. You know, like. And I had to leave a comment because he posted a picture of Meghan Markle. This one here. This one. See? Ashley St. Markle. This is the woman that, what's his name? Elon Musk.
Oh, yeah.
This is the woman that Elon Musk slept with or supposedly had a baby with. This is really weird, this bone here. Don't you find that, guys? Look. Look at her bone there. But she's like, and then he posted this picture of Meghan, right? So he's saying Ashley St. Markle. So I had to leave a comment and I said, the difference is that this is what Meghan Markle really looks like now, you know? I can understand. Yeah. And people are like, but what was Elon thinking? What was Elon thinking? You know, it's like, I don't understand this. I don't understand how this woman get away with so much.
Isn't she like a journalist that is more far right and stuff, which people would deem Elon as being? So let's be honest with you, Elon's got kids here, there, and everywhere, isn't he, at this point?
Yeah.
But the fact she's like,
this is Pamela Anderson. Pamela Anderson has this cooking show.
That's the one I was speaking about ages ago on that live. This is crazy.
Yeah, let's just listen to this. But she doesn't pretend to be. She has, just like Selena Gomez, she invites the chefs over to, you know, it's not like she's going to elevate anything.
No.
Did you guys know about this in the chat?
This was released in October.
Yeah.
This was before Meghan.
Let's listen to this. Wait.
Wanted to take things to another level. And I thought, I'm going to go to cooking school and bring really great chefs to me.
We're going to do some damage in this kitchen.
There you go.
There you go.
I've done this before. I'm a sponge, soaking it all in.
Okay, so we're doing this. Got it.
I'm so lucky to be cooking next to these really incredible chefs.
Oh my God, that's so good. We're gonna blow some minds tonight.
Let's do it.
This is the most beautiful salad I've ever made.
That's what I was waiting
Wow.
for. That's what I was hoping for.
I'm learning a lot. We have a mushroom congee.
Panzanella salad.
A galette can be made into sweet or savory delights.
Thank you, chefs.
Ooh, I was called a chef. I must be doing something right.
I brought everyone.
Hello.
I like to create an experience. Setting the table is like setting the tone. That's the romantic in me.
Cheers. I think this is one of the most beautiful meals, isn't it?
You guys killed this. It's just incredible.
You go through a long lifetime of cooking, and I just feel like I just started today.
I love Pamela Anderson.
But look at the difference. Guys.
Well, there is a difference, but also, there is a difference, but there's also a lot of similarities.
No, what I mean is like Meghan, this is like we're going to do something extraordinary. This is where Meghan with the mint, you know, here Pamela Anderson says, I'm going to learn how to cook, you know, and she brings the chefs. But Meghan shows like, I am perfect. I elevate things. People learn from me. This is an idiot. And Wendy Kaling coming out and saying that she brings from Meghan. I mean, that is so there. I mean, that I got
the children's parties. Is that what Mindy Kaling said
So
about
that's
the?
the thing. I got to tell you something, guys. For kids, you never ever have things like little lamps. It has to be well lit because you want to know what the hell they're getting into.
And they'd be running into like corners of tables and all sorts, but only your mom would know that. That's just balmy. And actually, if you think of like children's parties, and you think who does children's parties? Wasn't it Catherine's sister? You know, in family, and like, yeah, there you go. There's always a connection. There's always a link back to a
The Middleton.
competition. Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
in
But
Middleton, they had the thing called party pieces. But it wasn't to make it perfect. It's just to help you put a combo together of things. And then they were throwing digs that, oh, you know what? We have nothing against people who buy these things already made, but Meghan makes them from scratch. No, she doesn't. She hires people to do them. Nothing this woman's done is genuine.
All kids want is a space to run around like crazed. They want a bouncy castle, balloons to pop around, treats, sweets, goodie bag, birthday cake. That's a kid's party, not soft lighting. Soft lighting is for adults.
Not only that, this is Baywatch Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
Let's not confuse roles here.
She was like A-list.
No, but she is an A-list celebrity.
Yeah. She's an A-list celebrity. But
and she's a vocal advocate also for Assange and everything. She's gotten herself into things. She has gone makeup free, guys. And I mean for reals, makeup free. Yeah. Not like Meghan in that video who put like tons of makeup. And if you re-traumatize you with that picture, I will. If you keep threatening me and daring me, I will. Let me see if I still have that picture, because then I'm not going to give you a warning. I'm just going to put the picture out there so you guys
just like pop it up.
No, yeah, like it's terrible. I mean, this woman is terrible. It's just I don't even know what to say. I want to say something because I don't know if you know, Tina, you probably don't know, but yesterday was City's birthday, her 3rd birthday.
Yeah.
And I went with my best friend to celebrate her birthday, and she showed up. We went to pick her up. I did try to put a dress on City, but she has become a little rotund. So
she's content. She's content.
Yeah. So the dress did go through here, but it didn't went below here. And it was I think you guys have shown you that dress. And then I go and pick Maria Inés up. And of course she comes out with Tunita. Tunita, that's her little chihuahua with her pink dress. So showing us off. It was just, but it was so adorable. I mean, that's, City has to go on a diet. But I want to thank you guys for wishing City a happy birthday yesterday. She did have a happy birthday. I can't believe it's been 3 years since I shown her to you. I was like, yeah. So yeah. But Meghan Markle, I want to show you this article, guys, because I mean, Pamela Anderson, she's humble. And one of the comments people said, it's like that Pamela Anderson invited friends and family. Who the hell is Meghan Markle going to invite? Because she's embarrassed of her black mom.
I know. To me, for Meghan, that vision board just told me everything I need to know about Meghan. It's so basic. You've got a picture of a pancake animal face. You've got some French toast. That's your vision for your whole show. That's the food, is it? There's no like dabble into the Nigerian food. Can you imagine how amazing that would be? But her vision, there's no family. It's just pictures of Meghan. There's pictures of Meghan taking photos.
But that's all pictures from the TIG too.
Yeah. It's high tea, it's royalty, it's everything that she taps into of those titles.
Nothing about her history or taking pride on being 43% non-Nigerian. No. It is something that people, and you know what drives me insane is that the press is not calling her out on it.
No.
They're all just mocking it, but nobody's talking about where is Harry. It's just a corner picture, and then I remember when I was in high school, I did a vision board that was like a project, but that was high school. And the vision board it's literally what you want to see in the future for you. But all we see is her going back to the past.
I know.
because a lot of things from the TIG, and it's I just don't get it,
But at the start you said Meghan has no growth, and the thing is, how can you grow if you don't acknowledge, if you don't open yourself up and take in constructive criticism, if you don't acknowledge that what your part you've played in this is you just carry on just lying to the people, you do find yourself stuck. She's stuck. And this is why Meghan's brand could never grow. We all know it's going to be a fail yet again. Who knew this would be going on 6 years later? Who knew I said the other day, I feel like, the kids should be 13 and 10. It feels like it's been going on forever. They've packed so much into this for so long now. And I watched a good post, actually, a woman said the other day, when Meghan said, oh, I know you all been like curious. And it's like, no, we haven't. We haven't been curious because you have constantly forced yourself on us. There's been no time for the people to even become curious about what you're doing, because every day there's something about what you're doing.
But not only that, we knew what she was doing because we could all see it as public, and she kept lying about it, and we kept debunking her lies, guys.
Funny enough,
people curiosity, because there's nothing to be curious about her.
Yeah, we see her. Look, warts and all. We see all the lies she's told. We see the only consistent she brings, the only as ever she's brought, is this person who's able to lie and try and manipulate, but then lie to our face that this isn't happening. You didn't see it that way. I'm lovely, family time, all of that. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm going to show you what Meghan Markle's real vision board was. That was her vision board. That's what she wanted.
Yeah.
That was her vision board.
Yeah.
That was it. That was it. That handsome man was her vision board. But, and this is the thing. These women come into these men's lives. So, and it doesn't matter how smart they are or how stupid they are. Mm-hmm. They always bring chaos to their lives. Mm-hmm. They always bring chaos to their lives, because now we have Elon Musk, who, let's face it, this man is sending things to Mars.
Yeah.
I mean, this man is not stupid.
Mm-hmm.
His IQ is super high. He's, I think, one of the wealthiest men on earth. And actually, St. Clair, an influencer, said Elon Musk told her they have a legion of kids to make in messages after son's birth. Clearly, there's something wrong with Elon too, because this guy has 13 children.
But Elon was with Amber Heard for a big chunk of time. Some men like a bad girl, a bit like the women go for a bad boy. Some men, their whole type is that gobby bird that is not scared, and it leads them to trouble,
But the thing is, then he sends her, I want to knock you up again. And he didn't make her sign an NDA, just like Harry, like Meghan boasted about. Nobody made her sign an NDA. What's his name? Amber Heard, nobody made her sign an NDA. Jada Pinkett Smith, nobody made her sign an NDA. I mean, and then this woman sits across her husband. You can see the man is absolutely broken. And then they're talking about the entanglement. No, Jada, you were being fucked by a younger man.
Yeah.
Who happens to be your son's best friend.
But then at this point, their kids are getting involved. So the kids are emotionally manipulating Will Smith as well, because they're learning from Jada, who in any normal walk of life, if my daughter, the fact the daughter's sending letters to her dad about Tupac, that's no, that doesn't happen in normal life. No. And the fact that they're so happy to do that to their dad, it's a disgrace,
Because they have no respect for him, because they see they've watched how he doesn't stand up for himself or anything.
She's emasculated him. And then, as much as Will Smith was wrong in doing what he did, as someone from someone who knows abuse, you see that punch was, I'm a man. Am I good enough for you now, Jada? Like, I'm going to show the world. Because I bet he's been told over and over again, you're not a man, you're this, you're that, just constantly pummeled. And he chose then in that moment to do that, and that's on him. That's his decision to go and do, you know, he's got to take the backlash to that. But you know what happens now with Will Smith? He then is completely vulnerable, and she's completely the master, because look what you did, you humiliated us. You know how it goes, Paula.
Yeah.
You know,
No, but
I was angry with Will Smith, but I was sad.
What do you think is going to happen with Harry?
God knows.
Because this woman, I mean, nobody has seen him return to LA.
The thing is, right, okay, if you all out there in this live, and you, Paula, how much she just boggles our mind. We know now at this point what she was doing with the royal family, if she's done all this out on the world's fucking table, like, it's for us all to see, and she carries on anyway. Like, I can't imagine the mental manipulation that is going on behind closed doors. She boggles my mind.
Yeah. No, the thing is though, like, you know, I mean, you and I have gone through really rough things in life.
Mm-hmm.
I am not claiming that I'm beautiful or anything like that, but usually you are very beautiful. Usually a life, in spite of tragedies, and a life that's well lived, it reflects on how your skin looks, on everything in your life, you know, like in your face and everything. Clearly, I know, and this is just my opinion, she's taking Ozempic. Okay. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But even then, her physique shows a life poorly lived. It doesn't look alive, because even with Ozempic, it still doesn't look like, you know, it's a happy life. You know what I mean? It shows in her eyes. It shows in everything. Because I've seen poorer people, thinner, because they don't have starved people, whose expression in their faces has more life and more happiness, even if they're in the worst part. But with Meghan Markle, her physique really is an extension of how she's leading or living her life. That's just my opinion.
Well, the thing is she free? Okay, so she can smile to our face, she can do all of that, she can play the part of being free, but are you actually free when your whole life is focused on fame and you're not really living in the moment? You know, your children are there, but you're not even embracing that. You're constantly out here trying to bend the curve. You know, negative will breed and positivity will feed. So even if there's no emotion laid in this woman, and she's just going from one A to B in jet plane or whatever, trying to fix whatever damage she's caused the previous day, it will manifest in some way. This will pour out into the pillows on their bed when they go to bed at night. This negativity, constantly living in it, even though she creates it, it will show itself in some way or another. The mask is not that good, you know?
Yeah, no, but it shows, right? Because you know, like, for example, when if you have a life well lit and you're that happy, like they're trying to portray this happy, that they are this happy, that everything is perfect. And here we go, Amanda Foxton. We have a how we feeler. I don't feel sorry for this man. I don't feel sorry for this man. I really don't. Did you guys watch? Let me see, because I watched a 60 minutes thing. The 60 minutes thing. I watched it today. 60 Minutes Australia. We're gonna just show a little clip of it today.
Oh, is this about William?
Yes, of course, it's about William. This man is the man. I mean, you know what I mean? Come on. It is amazing, you know. But I'm surprised how they're always bringing Harry into it. You know,
Yeah.
We have, look,
bring down to earth wisdom and connection.
That starts with heartbreak.
He could become king sooner than what he ever anticipated.
Those who know him best reveal how William
Just that what you see is what you get.
will wear the crown.
They're really going to do it their own way.
so I'm just going to show you something because it's somewhere around here, because this lady's talking about, or this guy's talking about, oh, how their brothers loved each other. This is a very good part. Wait.
Done a good job.
Well, I don't think anyone can. Princess.
For the first 4 of his 7 years with the royal family, J2. At the couple's very first public appearance together, Jason was right behind them.
I worked really closely with the two of them, and we had lots of great times. Working on their wedding was an amazing, magical experience. And, you know, I wish them absolutely all the best with their lovely family.
If Jason was a wife,
Duchess was able to bully 2 PAs out of the household in the past year. We have had report after report from people who have witnessed unacceptable behavior.
You know, I think so much of it is.
I mean, there's a couple of things that did bother me, because from what we know now, how can he's claiming that it was a magical time when now we know that Meghan Markle was an absolute nightmare when they were planning the wedding? So
they have to toe the line, don't they?
Yeah, but that comes out as disingenuous.
Yeah.
Because especially after he's the one who sent the email saying that she had bullied people.
Yeah.
We know that she made Princess Charlotte cry at a 3-year-old. She made Princess Catherine cry. That this woman was an absolute nightmare. So for him to say and sit there, said that it was an absolutely magical time, that took a little bit of credibility. This is why I don't trust Jason Kanoff. Also because I know of the messages that he has sent that were sent between him and Meghan Markle when she was sending that letter to her father, you know? And so for him to say that, while at the same time sending emails and all this trauma ongoing and people being fired right, left, and center, I don't believe it.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? I mean,
I just think, you know, with anything, they have to toe the line. And this is what we're getting. And this is why we're not seeing Harry and Meghan's out with completely, because there's always this line. It's protection over the firm. It's protection just in case of backlash of what Jason Kanoff has said. You know, and this is why Harry and Meghan have never really been dealt with. The thing is with Harry, there are moments, and I'd be lying if I said there wasn't, where you see him and I feel for him, but then I quickly find balance again with what William and Catherine have gone through, and the royal family, what the Queen went through, and as they continued on, and he's allowed this to happen. You know, he's still enabling, and it's a toxic. They're toxic in my opinion, these two, and the riptide around them just seems to be growing and growing. But it's now past their royal family, and it's through small businesses and, you know, towns in Spain, and this is the damage. You know, that storm will grow bigger and bigger.
And in that documentary, do you guys want me to leave the link so you guys can go watch it? I'll leave you the link.
Doesn't it go on about when William rings Jade and says about Catherine's cancer? Well,
yeah, they talk about it. They talk about that. But the interesting part of it all is that the thing is, though, that they say that William will have Harry back for his coronation. That there will always be family, which is true. But then again, you can have family. And this is the thing that people can't make the distinction. You can be part of their family because they will always be blood relatives. But the fact is that be part of an institution that represents the UK people, that's a different matter.
Yeah.
You know, because the monarchy is an institution. The monarch is the position. For example, it's like the president. You have the presidency, the president, and then the men occupying the post of president. If the men occupying that post is respectable, honorable, then things will look that way. But if if it's not, it affects everything. So the royals, and this is where everything falls apart for me, because Parliament is the rod that is supposed to keep the royal family respectable, credible, and above board, because their coin is their reputation.
Yeah.
And having Prince Andrew, having Harry and Meghan, and saying that there's a possible comeback after these two are still trashing the institution of the monarchy. And the Queen's
The thing is though, our government, that's not a respected. So them keeping the royal family in order is not going to be a priority. In fact, a lot of our governments are anti-monarchy, so I'm going to see how that one rides out. You know, like there's none of that going on.
If they were anti-monarchy, then they would enforce the rules. Because
yeah,
I talked about it in my live today in Spanish with Laura, and I said that in the royal website, and I'll show you guys, I have it here in the royal website. I'll show you this. In the royal website, you, for example, here, you find this little, I don't know how you call it, tag for Queen Elizabeth, right?
Yeah.
But if you look, this is the royal family. The role of the royal family, members of the royal family work together to support the king in his official duties. And of course, we have Andrew and we have Harry and Meghan. We know that, right? I jumped to another one. Sorry, guys. So what's interesting here is, for example, these are the active members working with the Queen to carry out royal duties, right? Because that's what it says there. Now, I do not understand why. Now, if you want to look at, for example, Prince Philip, you have to look for him. He's there, but you have to look for him. He's no longer part of the members of the royal family who are helping the king carry out his duties. Everybody knows that Prince Philip was his father, and he was, Prince Philip, he was married to the Queen, right? But he's not on the landing page. Now, if you go and you can even have the Queen Mother here. And you search Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. You have what she did there. You have a whole page on what she did while she was a working royal, because she was a working royal until she died, right?
Yeah.
Why can't they do that for Harry and Meghan? Instead, they have a whole biography there on the landing page. Why can't they put them in that category that you actually have to Google for them or search for them, and only show when they were working royals, like the official engagements they went to from this date to this date? Why can't they do that? Instead, they're on the main page. They're promoting their commercial work. They're calling the mayor of the mayorship or township of Spain to de-escalate things. And then we go in the morning from, we're going to sue Meghan Markle, to, oh, we're inviting Meghan Markle. And nobody in the mainstream media bats an eyelid. Everybody, they're still going with the narrative that the mayor is going to sue Meghan Markle and that they don't have enough money. Nobody's asking the questions. Why would they think that they don't have money to sue the royal family? They didn't say Harry and Meghan. It's the royal.
Because the press will use it for clickbait. They would rather the storyline of Meghan Markle's being sued by the Spanish press, and they wouldn't want to mess around and expose that, there's been a shift in change. The king could have, not the king personally, but people around the royal family could be maybe protecting Harry and Meghan. That don't sell. That would damage the firm, wouldn't it? It's messed up.
I'm just going to correct something, Maria. Prince Philip is in there, but you have to search for him. He's not in any of the landing pages that you see here. For example, you will see the royal family. When you click on the royal family, the role of the royal family, it says members of the royal family work together to support the king in his official duties, right? So then they go and they show who these members of the royal family are.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you have these people who are active members they're working there. They have the Duke of York, who is not an active member working for the royal, nor Harry and Meghan Markle, but they are on that landing page. You have a special link to Queen Elizabeth, right? You have one for the king. You have one for Camilla. You have one for the coronation. Oh, there's an error there. Okay. But and then you have news. But if you want to search for Prince Philip of the Queen Mother, you have to search inside the website. You know, that's what I'm showing and saying, that why can't they do that with Harry and Meghan Markle? Not put them on the, I'm not saying, and people go, well, he's his son. I agree, but nobody's saying that he's not his son, but he's not a working member of
Yeah,
an
no, and it is true. But this is the thing, even with this is the thing, the royal family never treated the British public never see William and Harry as the heir and the spare. They were just William and Harry, and the royal family always treated them both the same. Even so, I feel like they just go with the commonly known royal family members, and they're just doing that, and they're just scared to place them elsewhere, just in case Harry chucks his toys out the pram, in case it becomes a storyline, in case it adds to the fury of the people. Let's be honest with you, Harry's created himself as the leader of the anti-monarchy at this point, whether he likes it or not. Whether
isn't it? But then he goes, I don't want to lose my titles. Why would I want to?
I know, right? And then this is the thing. In as much as like Bethany Frankel, like you were saying, they have no identity, because they've literally done 50-50, like the Queen asked them not to, since they left. You know, on that mountain in Whistler, he turned his dad into a trailer. It was meant to be about Invictus, but all of a sudden it was like Harry flew home to see his dad for 20 minutes, and all of a sudden it became a trailer. Harry speaks about his family, and they asked him if he was going to apply for American citizenship. And he's like, oh, I'm not sure. And then it's like, oh, but the titles. Were they racist? Yeah. But no, they're constantly ducking and diving and doing 50-50. They never commit to an actual action. They have no identity other than being the cruel, inhumane people that they are. The royal family are going to protect them, an extension to protect the firm. They are.
You see, but I see it completely different. In order to protect the firm, they have to cut them out completely. That's what I see. Yeah. They have to remove the titles. Andrew has to leave. I don't even understand what Fergie's doing there. That's the most expensive welfare on earth, living at the Royal Lodge. This woman, but she got herself out of debt, a debt that she created for herself. She was able to get out because she was hawking the royal title, because she was allowed to keep it.
Yeah.
And now I just want to ask about this. What do you think is going to happen with Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni? Because he's not backing down. I mean, why would they, everybody knows that it was Taylor Swift that had a lot more stuff involved. Why are they now trying to hide and gag people and pretend that nothing was there? I mean, and I want to ask you something else, because this really bothers me. I understand that Ryan Reynolds may be an idiot, a jerk, whatever you want to call it, but they're painting, they are removing any responsibility from Blake Lively. And I don't agree with that.
No, she was the one who said the words. She was. And you can see that Blake Lively is full on all over Justin Baldoni. You can see she kind of caught some kind of feelings in that clip, that scene. And you just have to take it back to, if Justin Baldoni hadn't started filming everything and he hadn't recorded everything like he has, thankfully, what she would have done to that man. She nearly cancelled him anyway. And the damage that would have come from that for his family, him on the school run, picking up his kids, everyone judging him. As much as the statistics are really high, they are, male abuse to women, the statistics are very high as well about male suicide and stuff like that. You can't play around like that. You can't accuse people and it be built on lies like that. And Blake Lively was the one who started this, and her husband is an equal, but you can't put all the blame on Ryan Reynolds.
No, and you know what it is, Tina? It's like, I do believe, and this is just me, guys, this is an ex-OJ trial, or Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. But guys, when Meghan and Harry get divorced, because this is not a matter of if, this is a matter of when. I mean, either it'll be very public, or it'll be very private because Meghan has so much videos on Harry.
Mm-hmm.
And and I don't understand why they need to release 3 pages for Prince Harry's visa thing. All we need to see is the question where they ask him, have you ever used drugs? I don't need to see 3 pages. I don't need to see any other personal information or anything. I just need to see that question that says, have you ever used drugs? It says yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
If he said no, he lied. If he says yes, then a bunch of subsections open. Because then it says what kind of drugs, and then are they medical, were they prescribed, and then you have to upload a bunch of things.
Yeah.
I don't care. We really don't need to know 3 pages.
Just did you lie?
Exactly, whatever the hell you want. And I'm going to go even further, because it's not the first time that Harry has come to the United States. It's the first time he's residing there. But we know that infamous trip he made to Vegas in 2012.
Yeah.
And for sure, this man did drugs. We know that.
He's running around naked on a rooftop.
Yeah. But, did he lie when he entered the United States there too? Because he didn't go in an official capacity. No. He went in a personal capacity with his mates to party in Vegas. So the ESTA form, whether it was filled out by him or by a third party, and I did a video yesterday with Dina. I showed you that where the ESTA form online, you fill it out, either you fill it out or a third party, but everything there has to be true, and you are responsible, even if it's a third party filling it out.
Writing it down.
So I would like to know if Prince Harry ticked the box that he hadn't done drugs, because he was in the United States in 2012. We know because we saw his naked ass.
Yeah.
Did he take? I mean, you know what? And I don't understand why the Heritage Foundation is screwing around with this. And they should say, we don't need to see 3 pages. We just want to see the part where he clicked, have you ever used drugs? There is that question there, guys. Just like, have you ever been convicted of a crime?
Yeah. And that's really all that they should be getting, really. If we're going to go in about Harry's privacy and letting the people know, then surely we don't need to see 3 pages worth. We just need to see the point of the evidence that you seek. That's it. That's all the people need. That's all the country needs. That's all the Heritage Foundation should need. Yeah, but maybe it's just going to be jargon to try and sort of
you're gonna and this is why I don't understand why the Heritage Foundation doesn't clap back and say, excuse me, we haven't asked to see additional information. We just want the answer to one question that does not violate any other private information. Did he say that did he admit to doing drugs? And the question, what was his answer to the question? Because it's there. Have you ever used drugs? That's all we need to know.
Yeah.
Because if he said yes, then we know he got a special treatment.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it was under Trump. So Trump knows the answer.
Yeah.
Because Harry came in when Trump was in power. He was still president.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. So what do you think is going to happen to Justin Baldoni? Because I hope he doesn't settle. What do you think?
Well, here's the thing. I just feel like the court of public opinion is very strong. It's very powerful also. And this is what these celebrities don't understand. There's a reason why Meghan Markle didn't get the big Fendi brands. It's because people know that her brand is toxic based off everything she's done. Blake Lively also. Am I going to go and buy a perfume that Blake Lively tries to sell to me? Absolutely no. When you get cancelled by the people, that's where it tends to filter out into your life. So here's the thing. I think Justin Baldoni, whatever happens, he will step out of this and just have quite a career, or like someone's just said in the comments, retire with his wife. Maybe this will
Oh God,
just
no, this man is gonna keep doing movies. He had
I
a
want
bunch
to
of
see him. I want to see him redo It Ends With Us and actually give
I'd
justice
like
to
to
that
see his
movie.
version because he edited his version. His version was made,
Yeah.
but they used what's her name?
Yeah.
Big Lively
Version.
to a bunch of things. Can you imagine this man being sent to a basement? And I believe that one of his fans was in a wheelchair and she died afterwards.
I watched the video. Have you watched it? Oh my
No.
God. So one of the fans, she was terminally ill and it was on her bucket list to meet Justin Baldoni, and she was like calling out on social media, and then he like duetted her post, and then he invited her to the premiere of It Ends With Us, and you can see him meeting her on the red carpet. You can see him in a private party after, and then obviously he would have gone to the basement, and that's even like, so I'll if I can find it, I'll send it to you. It's emotional, you know, because she's since died. But yeah, the fact that he went to the basement after doing that with that woman, and he got one of his mates who's a singer, I can't think of the song it was, and they all sang this song to her, and it was just beautiful. But then you realize watching it now, he had all that going on behind the scenes, and he still stepped up and did that and created that moment for this woman for a bucket list. And that's the difference, you know.
That you know what, and again, people are letting Blake Lively off the hook too easily. You know, it's like people are trying to let. I feel like people are letting Blake Lively off the hook easily and blaming it all on Ryan Reynolds, just like they're blaming everything on Meghan Markle with Harry, because Harry is the one. Harry was brought up with family values, but you cannot straighten a crooked tree. I always said that. You know, like he was brought up in a family environment, however dysfunctional, but he was loved, he was cared for, he was given every privilege.
Yeah.
And then he spat on a dying queen who was his grandmother, who asked him 2 days before she died, because she probably knew she was going to die. She asked him to come and see her, and he refused.
Yeah.
While he was still in London.
Mhm.
So this is this is why when people try to make excuses for Harry, this is the moral center of this man. This is how spiteful, petty, small penis, ugly ginger man wanker he is. Because everybody knew the queen was dying. You didn't even need to be told. We weren't in on the secrets, but we could see her withering away. I was crying my eyes out the last time she was on that balcony.
That photo, the last photo of her alive, I think everyone at that point just see it and instantly knew. You know, we've watched our grandparents get that weak and frail. We've watched age take its toll on them and their body. And we all knew with her stood in front of that fireplace looking so small. And you think at that point in time, Harry and Meghan were setting out or sat on a sofa or filming something. And it's that, you know, I have people at work who sort of go back and forth with me about the royal family and Diana and someone pressing a button, and they go about Meghan and Harry, and I'll go, but would you do that? This is what I always say. Would you do that to your nan? Would you do that to your nan?
Or would you why don't you reverse the roles and see if you'd like that treatment done to you?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, Tina?
Yeah.
The Real Tea says that Justin Baldoni, if he's smart, he will settle. What's your mental health worth? The problem with that, Real Tea, is the following. The only way he could settle is if he gets a public and unequivocal apology from Blake Lively saying that she was wrong, and she will never do that, because that will open her for more millions of dollars, and that will finish her career. We're looking at an Amber Heard. She is going to trial. She is going to double down.
Yeah.
I mean, and she's a bad actress. I mean, I think that Amber Heard might be a little bit of better actress than Blake Lively. So the only way that because if he settles and there's no apology, he truly is done.
Mm-hmm. And I see in the comment earlier when we were speaking about the Johnny Depp Amber Heard court case, someone said, I love Johnny Depp. What a performance. And the thing is, Johnny Depp in that stand, that wasn't a performance. That was someone stripped back so raw. That was someone just searching for truth. That was someone to clear his name because he had been dragged through the mud, and he knew that morally, it needed to be put right. He was searching for right. And again, that's what Justin Baldoni is doing. You know, that didn't happen that way. This is wrong what you're doing to me, and I'm not going to let you. You know, this lawsuit will break Justin. He's actually a good person. Take the money and run. I think
you see, I don't think he can, because if this is a man, okay, this is my take on it, and I'd be wrong, Tina, but this is a man who fights for justice for the underdog, women and stuff like that. If he takes the money and runs, he's sending a wrong message that what Blake Lively is doing, the abuse and the lies, it's okay.
Yeah. And you can't.
And I'll ask you this: what is your moral ground worth?
Yeah,
he will never be respected if he does that.
No, and that's it. You know, and that's what they're fighting for. And the thing is, when you have truth, when you can stand in a stand like Johnny Depp did and speak truth, people see truth, and people see that in Justin Baldoni. So even if he was to carry on with his court case and he were for some whatever reason to lose, the people have got his back now. People have seen the truth. You know, the court of a public opinion is really powerful, because the court. This is where it will stop the brands. It will stop any movies or any celebrities wanting to work with you, because your damage, your brand, and what the people think of you will follow you.
And you know what? I've said this many times, that the internet is going to be the downfall of the royal family and all these big celebrities, because even though they may pay People Magazine to lie, they may pay all the mainstream media to lie, people are not stupid, and they turn to people like us. I mean, I'm 56 years old. I am not techie, guys. I don't have a studio. I don't have anything. I'm just questioning things, you know, because if it smells funny and it tastes funny, there's something funny about it. You know what I mean? And even though the mainstream media and these, because now journalism is dead. So this is why people like me get more viewings than the mainstream media, because we question things. And you know what? I heard somebody say, "Oh, you guys are Meghan haters." I'm not a Meghan hater. I question her actions because she's using a big platform of an institution that represents me, like you. The monarchy represents you. I am Canadian. And you see that this woman is allowed to use that platform to bully, harass, dishonor. Now, for people to understand this, the Queen, Harry's all lip service, because he said that how much he loved his granny. When his granny was dying, he was in the UK, he had a day off. The Queen would have arranged for him to be flown privately to see him. You know why he said no? Because the Queen didn't want Meghan to come. She wanted some time alone with her own grandchild. And Harry said no. Either Meghan comes to me or I don't go.
A bit like he did with the when she did die, and he made everyone late. You know, like and the thing is, when it consistently happens, it's what Harry's done is just.
And besides that, she was the Queen. She loved him. And she loved him in spite of all his flaws, because we know that Buckingham Palace has done a fantastic job at covering things up. Even Jason Kanoff was so disappointed with this thing that he said it was a magical time planning Meghan Markle's wedding, when we know that there was trouble everywhere because of the father, because of Doria, you know, all the fights with the Queen was telling, why can't she just invite her? And then, you know, her family, the Markles speaking out, I mean, and Meghan Markle bullying everybody, and then everything was last minute. She wanted to spray the tiara thing, a Charlotte. I mean,
then they've left, and we've seen all the damage they've created on the world stage. So we know.
For me, it was hypocritical. I don't understand why he said it was a magical time.
Because he has to say that.
No, he could have said no. He could have said
the mentality. They will attack that show, and because it's a show about William, the Sussex Squad will be out, everyone will be out, the media. This is an attack on Harry. She'll be releasing.
It takes away credibility, because then we get the emails that he sent during that period.
Yeah.
So for him to sit there with a straight face and smile and say, "Oh, it was a magical time."
He
No,
echoes Meghan.
you're lying. You're
Yeah.
a lying snake. You can't be trusted. I'm sorry. But
No, you've got a point. We're gonna call out Meghan for it. We should call out them for it as
no,
well.
but I cannot. He could have said something. You know what? Yeah, there were challenges, but we overcame him, and the marriage went. And it was a huge celebration for the UK. There are many ways of diplomatically having answered that question.
Yeah.
Without having to say it was such a magical time. It's like I looked and it's like, what the F, dude? And I rewinded like 7 or 8 times and I said, I know I'm going deaf. Maybe I misheard.
Yeah, it's crazy. Real tea is Heather. Heather's in. She was on the live on TikTok with you. Come on. Did you see Hollywood Reporter wrote their story 3 times in 24 hours?
What do you mean?
That's what she said. But Heather's got model history. And she said, even with that video Meghan took, she's like not even facing the light. It's that basic. She's not even reaching the basics. You, Paula, I've got a ring light in front of me. If you're filming, you sort of face the light to make yourself look better. But the picture of the video, this is why she's not even using the best lighting of herself in that video. She's
because she can show her wrinkles. I mean, if you
I know.
see,
Yeah, but you can see the wrinkles because she's not even facing the light.
I don't have any filters, guys. I don't have any filters. I just have my little laptop that I'm here. I have the light at the highest. You can see my wrinkles. I mean, Tina is beautiful. Shut up. But
you're beautiful, Paula.
But you know what I mean. But this woman cannot afford to be high def. You guys, whenever you try to take a picture of Meghan Markle, wherever she goes, because that's one of the mandates, everything has to be filtered, heavily filtered. Because when you get the real Meghan Markle, it's not pretty.
Well, like we said before, though, it's going to manifest some way or another. And when you're living this life where you're constantly having to fix the last and the damage from the day before, you're having to wear a mask or project the next narrative, they're not free. Like you look at William and Catherine in how they are, they're completely, if anything, I'd say William looks more free than I've ever seen him to be. And I feel like because he's no longer having to, he worries about Harry, I'm sure, and Meghan and what they're doing. But in his life, he doesn't have to worry about protecting Harry anymore, having to worry about Harry feeling left out anymore or being a victim anymore. I feel like William, being the older sibling, is always felt like he had to play the role of protection over Harry. And that's gone now. And he can just focus on his children and not have to worry about his jealous brother anymore. Like Harry's done all the damage he can do. He can't do anymore. William's faced his wife having cancer. Like William is free and probably in the prime position now to take on the monarchy, I believe,
that I think that William, but in that 60 minutes, it was quite scary to me because 2 or 3 times it was said, even by all of everybody who was participating, I think they're preparing the way back for Harry.
Yeah.
And I mean, the fact that this man sat there with a straight face and said everything was magical. And then when they asked him about it, because, of course they had to ask him about it, he was very diplomatic.
Because we all know.
yeah, because he had to. And then, he was very diplomatic and, it's like avoiding the questions. And then we have this former butler. Yeah, they were at the bond of the brothers, and now everybody's talking about the bond of the brothers. And then he's asked, do you think the role of Prince Harry is going to change when William is king? And he said that, oh yeah, he probably will want his brother there. Why would you want a snake?
See, I don't
if
reckon.
If a snake bites you once, that's fine. You didn't know the snake bit. But if a snake it bites you twice and you allow the snake back in, okay, fine, maybe you're
the thing.
But the third time,
I do believe that when William takes the throne, just my opinion, my feeling on this, I feel like he will carry on and allow the royal family to protect Harry and Meghan in a way of protecting the firm. I don't believe he will have his brother at his coronation. I think William's done with that chapter. I don't think he would risk the spectacle that it would become. I don't think he would want them there by his children. He would want to fiercely protect his wife. I just don't think he will have. William wants to protect his life from those two. And I hope that rings true, you know.
I think that one of the things that they did say in that documentary was that William uh, was really at the lowest when he found out his wife had cancer, and that there was a very real possibility of him ruling without her, you know, becoming king without his wife.
Yeah.
That almost made me cry, you know.
Well, that's
because you know, this is a man who really wants a family, you know, the family life he never had.
And he's
And then,
giving it to them.
they showed a picture, and then they show a clip of Princess Diana when she's talking about him, and man, you know, that kind of got to me.
Yeah. But the thing is, when Catherine sat on that bench, and I think we all know where we were, a bit like the day where the news broke about Diana, it was like, oh my God.
I remember where I was. Do you remember where I was?
Yeah.
In Los Angeles. Where were you?
I was at home, and when I sat down in the chair, and I just watching her sit and stare down that lens and have to say that, knowing everything that she'd gone, all the conspiracy stories, all this shit that was being put out, I just, my instant thought was obviously sadness for her, but then my next one was, if William loses her, that would be like history repeating itself. And I know it would be in a different way, but for his children to be in that position, for George to be in that position and lose his mom, and I just thought, oh my God, this is so much, you know. It's I can't imagine.
I thought so too, you know, because then his kids would have lost their mom, you know, at a very young age, just like he did.
Yeah.
So it would have been like more trauma for him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it makes any sense what I'm saying. It's like,
no, that's what I thought. I just thought, actually, if anything were to happen, and we all went there, didn't we? We have, like, that's being real. Like, let's be honest. You know, you hear the word cancer and you're like, oh my God. And you think, oh, every eventuality. And I just thought, I think if he loses her, he'd be done with the monarchy. I think he'd walk away with his children and be like, I'm done. Especially after everything with Harry and Meghan. I just don't think he would put his children through what he went through. And I think we watch with William, we watch him try and inject the fun when his children are there, and he like pull their ears, or, you know, and try and make it not so stuffy and like, oh. But she's okay, thank God. But yeah, that was horrible. And this is like, you know, this is a thing, like Meghan with like this perfect brand in her kitchen. It's so stuck in a time as well, because we've got social media. I said this last week, you've got Instagram. I sat and watched a story today of this family that flew across the world to adopt a little girl who'd been an orphan since she was born, and you watch this little girl just petrified, but they slowly calmed her down as they took her. And it's like, and Harry and Meghan want to play the victim. When we're watching stories like this over and over again. There's a girl on my feed who I follow. She's in a care home, and she does a little like get ready with me, and she's literally in a care home, and she's about 13 years old. Now, these are real stories. These are real victims. These are real suffering that people are seeing every day. And Harry and Meghan want to go, oh, someone said a word to me. Like, no. God, sorry.
It's like, sit down and shut up.
Yeah,
kind of thing,
absolutely. You know? If literally, and I done a post the other day, if your mansion is not enough for you, if your children is not enough for you, if the money and everything that you're meant to have in love, then we can't fucking help you as people. If that's not enough for you, you're
No, I agree, but I agree with you. You know, like, it's because they're not happy with themselves, because they're petty people. I mean, I will never. I don't care what people say. Oh, I know they're trying to victimize Harry. He's not a victim. He is a willing participant. That's just my take. Because there is no way. I took so many beatings, guys. You know, I took so many beatings when my ex didn't want me to do this and that, and you know, not talk to my family and stuff. And I'm like, no. You know, I'll take the beating. So, especially your grandmother, somebody who was there for you, who shielded you from yourself. You know, that was it for me. I am like, you're out, buddy. You know, like, just,
yeah.
You know, that's it for me. You know, like that's old folks. That's basically what I said to myself when I saw the poor queen, and the queen worked until she died.
Mm-hmm.
you know. So, but anyways, thank you for coming, guys. Don't forget to click on Tina. We're gonna get back more.
Bless that 13-year-old girl. This girl is in a care home. She's been failed by her mom and dad, and she's not out there playing a victim. She's using her story to help others, and that's the difference. And that's the difference in Harry and Meghan, and a 13-year-old girl who's been failed, and she's not playing a victim over it.
But that's the thing, huh? It's like, oh my God, I broke my nail. Nobody likes me. And then you have it's like, I mean, the fact that Meghan doesn't understand why she suffered that huge backlash while she was in South Africa. Women walked miles through horrible terrain with almost being AR'd, you know, and everything. These women have been AR'd so many times, and they're like, they don't have food, they don't know where the day's gonna come. And then Meghan Markle surrounded, standing on a stone because she has to be above everybody else. But then she gets, this was scripted. Then you have this Bradbury guy that I completely despise.
Tom, yeah.
Has anybody asked you if you're okay? No, but thank you for asking with the wedding rings, like, and I'm like, but she doesn't get why people are so angry at that, because it's like you're surrounded by real misery, by real victims, and nobody has asked you if you're okay. Where was your mom? How about Marcus Anderson? How about all those Soho hoes that you hang around with? Then they throw a baby shower that was like $500,000 and flying private planes everywhere. I mean,
do you know what, though? In my experience, people who have really lived and had to fight a battle in their life, in order to find balance in who they are and what's happening to them, they look at people in pain around them. This grows the empathy. You know, people say about the empath. We search for someone who's had it worse than us, so it can either find balance in us or propel us or belittle our pain. And this is why Meghan Markle's got no empathy, because she's never had a battle to fight in her fucking life. She doesn't see anyone else's pain.
Because she's been entitled. She's never heard the word no. She's been spoiled, and she continues to be entitled. She has never been held accountable, and neither have Harry. Yeah. This is why nothing is ever good enough, because they've been entitled their entire lives. Meghan,
and also, just quickly about the Kims, and how Kim changed that around him. She didn't mind about the cost of changing it because she understood. Both Meghan and Harry have never had to spend their own money before, have they? Meghan was off her dad, the men she married. Harry was born into a family with the card, and I just get to do what they, for once, and this is why they're so tight, you know? This is why getting a Billie Eilish t-shirt for free off Billie Eilish rather than buying or donating.
Exactly. This is the thing I was talking about today with Laura, and I've talked about it with Pidina yesterday, that this woman doesn't spend a dime. And according to that, she posted a thing that Meghan Markle, she doesn't believe that Meghan Markle is living in that mansion they bought because she hasn't refurbished it, because of course she spent 2.4 million pounds. And I said, well, she didn't spend her money. That was not her money. That's why she spent that money. But this is a woman who couldn't, okay, if you run into this teen and the teen said, oh, the only, like, I mean, they lost their houses. They're probably living in a shelter. They don't know where the food is going to come, right? Yeah. But the only thing she was thinking of, that Billie Eilish thing. Meghan Markle, instead of getting on her phone immediately, said, oh, Billie Eilish page. I'm going to order 4 shirts, and I'm going to have them delivered to her shelter. No, it's like, I have to get them for free.
It's like crazy. And actually, what you could do for your Archewell Foundation is set up some continuous support, and help these people, flag them and be like, we can help them get a new home or get them in a better place. But no, we replace the t-shirt that's burned in a washing machine within the whole of this teenager's home. All her belongings have gone. And that's the thing. When I went in the refuge, I had nothing. And when I never took a bag, so I had no clothes on my back. And when I went into the little charity room in the building next door, the women who took me in, they walked out the room. And it felt like a shop all of a sudden, because if they were looking over me and pitying me, I would have felt it would have took away the dignity.
Yeah.
So to watch Meghan sort of use this is like yeah, look what I've done for this poor girl.
Who's probably scared of shelter. It's terrible. The thing, and that's the thing, that's how we can tell that Harry and Meghan have never really gone through anything, because when you go through stuff, guys, unless you're I'm sorry, I'm gonna swear, a fucking asshole psychopath, you have empathy, because you put yourself, I remember the things that were done to me, and I remember how they felt. I still, don't want to think about them, because I don't want to have to deal with it. I just, I'm from the generation, just get on with your shit, that's in the past and that's it. There's no need for therapy for me, like I'll walk it off, but when I see somebody else in that situation, it breaks me, and I want to do something about it. And it's just like you, Dina, that you have that beautiful community of your aftermath community, like it's amazing. So, but Meghan Markle and Harry have no empathy. They only have entitlement. It's like more. Nothing is ever good enough, and they feel that they deserve more, no matter how much they have, and they're never grateful. They are absolute. I have never heard a word of thank you for having this privilege. Thank you for having this platform. It's no, how dare you not give me more?
Yeah, and that's the difference, It really is.
So that's how we know. That's how we know, Meghan, that you're okay. That's how we know that you're okay. What kind of a cold-blooded piece of shit says no to his dying grandmother?
Yeah.
To her dying wish, to her dying request. And I will leave you guys with that, because for those of you making excuses for that, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable that people make excuse. I am not even a fan of King Charles, but even I wouldn't do when he's going through cancer.
But the thing is, when my nan had cancer, when she had terminal cancer, and every time I'd go and visit her, and I could see her deteriorating, I never could say the words goodbye to her. I'm like, see you tomorrow. I could never say goodbye, just in case it was the last time. So I cannot relate to what they done and what they did to his nan. She may have been our queen, but that's your nan, Harry. That's the one who, let's be honest with you, when Diana died, the Queen took Harry and William. They got them out of, London, and took them away to protect them, to wrap their arms around them. But this is what someone will do, as we've heard. Like Harry, it's all bad that ever happened to him. He never went on bike rides. It just gets replaced, And all through Invictus, you heard someone, my husband, my children's father. They eradicate your name. They eradicate all that was good. And you're just like, and I'm not thing with Harry. I'm just speaking about what someone can do to you, They were his family. He had the connections. He had the memories. He had the love. And he was the one who hurt them the worst. Meghan never. Yeah. He did.
And there's two things I'm gonna say to Meghan. If Meghan keeps balding like that, she's gonna be worse balder than Harry, because the way things are going, she's looking like Harry now. And I gotta say, Harry has the kind of inferiority complex of a small penis man.
Yeah,
he does. Because the big penis guy, it's like an elephant. An elephant doesn't need to announce his entrance, because he's huge, big, powerful.
Yeah.
Harry, I think
So thing is, though, Harry, we've never seen him, because he's the smaller, the younger child, and because he's like, he can't look past his own nose. He's never once, I don't think, thought, what was it like for William?
Oh no! I mean, I was laughing the other day. This guy still remembers that William got 2 sausages. Why didn't he just ask the chef for another one? I'm sure there were plenty of sausages to go around. You know what I mean? But yeah. But anyways, thank you for being here, Tina.
Yes, thank you for having me.
We're gonna have you more. You have to come back more. You guys have no idea. And we have to do. I have a project coming, guys, that we want to use this platform for people who have gone through stuff in the aftermath community. That be more than, it's always open to them. They don't have to show their faces, but they can speak about their experiences and how they got through.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of women and men out there who think that they're really alone.
Yeah.
We know somebody who thinks this person is alone and is scared. And I'm gonna tell this person, I'm not gonna say this person's name, but she's not this person is not alone. And it's scary, but you can do it. And you have me even from afar, and you have Tina there. So well, I'm 24/7 for you here, and Tina the same, you know.
Yeah.
So but it's important to have people tell their experiences, and for people to know that there is another side, you know. It is scary, but there is another side, and we are seeing this with celebrities. And I mean, this is great that we can see it with Jada Pinkett Smith. If somebody powerful like Will Smith, it's in that situation. That asshole Harry is in that situation. Johnny Depp, a powerful man in many ways, but kind-hearted, was in that situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and absolutely. And these 4 women that we came here to speak on, as much as they fly the flag for feminism and all things, you know, archangel or evil angel or whatever, they have shone the biggest light on coercive mental abuse that they could have, you know. They have actually, in their bad, created a good. But their good could have been so damaging. Well, it was for Johnny Depp for such a long time. You know, it has been for Harry. We'll see the outcome to that at some point, I'm sure. But they
we will, and we're going to be there for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because he deserves everything he has coming. This man gets no sympathy from me. This is a man who's exploiting. He was crying at Invictus because he was told that he might not be welcome in 2027. Invictus Birmingham might not happen in 2027, at least not with Harry. Those were
the fact Birmingham Council's just gone bankrupt. The irony. This is the craziness. Anyways,
we're gonna go, guys. It's Sunday. I still haven't eaten all day, so I'm gonna order myself something.
Yes,
but I'll see you guys. I know. But I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I'm gonna drop a video now. Okay, and have a great day, guys.
Bye. Bye.